Sometimes this grading system is always like modified as a forced distribution method. They go with two of the most measured systems, that is called reliability. Now the forced distribution method is one of the most widely used and also the most criticized method performance appraisal. That according to those answers, the rater will go with a checklist. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Abhilash Chandra from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First Grade College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to all the students for the fourth session of performance appraisal. In the last session, we did the traditional method. There we went with two of the methods, that is a ranking method, and we had paired comparison. I told you the calculation, how exactly we will go with the paired comparison. Let's go with the next one here. But before that, let's understand the traditional method. So it is straight ranking method is done, paired comparison is done. Today I'm going to teach you more about the grading system, what exactly the grading system is all about. Then we'll actually go with two more, that is forced distribution, forced choice method. Sometimes this grading system is always like modified as a forced distribution method. Now grading in the sense, on the scale of grade they go with excellent, or it is like good, average, poor, like that they go with the grading here. And here when we go with forced distribution method, there are three types. Now I'll be telling more about these things. Next we have, when we go with the other traditional method, we have checklist method, critical incident method, then graphic scale method. Please do remember all these methods because this is a sure 15 marks question which you will get in your main examination. Essay method and field review method. So today I'll be dealing more of grading system, forced distribution, forced choice method, and we have the checklist method. Let's go with the first one, that is the grading system. Now what exactly this grading system is all about? They go with two of the most measured systems, that is called reliability. What is it? Reliability. And when we go with this grading system here, we have something called the measures with the grade is, there are two. One is reliability, another is dependability. Now how the person is reliable and how much is he dependent on the organization, as well as the organization how much it is dependent on that person. So when we go with this method, the method assesses the degree of certain qualities required for the job, such as reliability and dependability. What is it? Reliability and dependability. So this is what they go with. Say example, there is a job. There is a work which a person need to do it. Now we will go with two of the measures. One is reliability and we have the next one is your dependability. So is that person reliable for the job or not? Is that person dependable or not? The job depends upon him or not. So that's what the system goes with. Next one here, the degree is usually reliability and dependability. The degree is again usually measured on the scale of excellent, very good, good, average, poor. Now, whenever you go with performance appraisal, the same way when they take a feedback from you, how was our product? Was it excellent? Was it very good? Was it good? Was it average? Was it poor? The minute you go with those system, what type of a system is that? That is the grading system. Now when you start taking excellent or very good, good, those are the feedback what you give that will help them to actually customize their product, customize their services. The same way here also, for that particular employee, whoever is there who is doing a job, now that person will be given a scale, that is here, this person. Is he excellent to do the job? Is he very good? Is he good? Again, is he average or is he poor? So if you go with that, what happened? There are say 5 employees are there. There are 5 employees. Let's go with this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now all the 5, when they go with it, each and every person will be graded among excellent, very good, good, average, and they'll go with poor. So this is what the grading system says. Then we have the actual performance of each employee is compared. Now please do understand, whenever they go with this, they're gonna give something called standard. Standard. Now when they give something called standard, then the standard is given by the organization, that is the company will give a standard. Now it is all the 5 people, they'll go with the actual performance. Now each and every person actual performance is measured in this system. So here each employee is compared with this grade and the person is allocated to the grade which best describes his performance. If he is really good, they'll go with the excellent as a point for that person. If he is average, they go with the average. Now if he is really poor, now what happens? See, if somebody gives him the grading, that is, who is the person who will grade? That person we call that as rater. What is that person name? Rater. Now this rater, if he gives a point, say poor, now this job will not be done by this person. That is what the grading system helps us. Next one is, in the grading system we have, the system is sometimes modified into forced distribution system. Which one? Forced distribution system. I'm going to explain you more about this forced distribution system in the next itself. A certain percentage may be fixed. Say example, they'll go with a percentage. They'll make this as A, this is B, next they are C. Now 10% people should come in the A category. 20% people will come in the B category. Say example, in this grading system also I'll tell you, we have this Team India, isn't it? Now in India also we have the grading system. We have people who are in A team, the B team. Now the slab rate will be what? Now they'll have be 1 crore to 5 crore. 1 crore to 5 crore. That is what their annual package will be. Now on what scale they have done? That is a grading system only. Next B is there. Now they'll actually get 50 lakhs to 1 crore. 50 lakhs to 1 crore. How exactly? This is what it is. Again, here same way. They'll go with excellent, very good, good, average, poor. The person who is poor, they don't even actually take him to the Indian team. He'll be actually in the net practice only, he'll be available. So this is what the concepts of grading system which happens. Next one is forced distribution method. Now what is this forced distribution method? Now the forced distribution method is one of the most widely used and also the most criticized method performance appraisal. That means it is mostly used, but also it is mostly the popular criticized method. It is actually started by a person called Jack. Now in the General Electrics, when he went with it, he is a person who started to dismiss people if they are poor in working. And many of the people, every year, they were only getting dismissed, and what exactly happened was a dictator kind of a rule which happened in this particular company where he was working. That's why it is called most criticized method of performance appraisal. Now this is a rating system that is used all over the world by companies to evaluate their workforce. But this is not for small organizations, this is for big organizations. It requires a supervisor to assess each employee based on certain predetermined parameters. Already the parameters is set, that means the standard is set. Now Jack is a person who started and he is a person who went with the standards. Now how the employee should be. Now what happens is, see, productivity will be more. More people will actually do the job very fast. If they will not do it, now they are actually in the least one. The minute they are least, now Jack will dismiss those people. That is why it is most criticized method of performance appraisal. Most commonly, the employees fall into excellent. Many employees, they always want to be in the excellent way. That is, they work like a machine. Good or poor category, now which can be expanded by the organization by giving the 5-point scale. On the scale of 5, how much you will actually give them, that is what it is. It was introduced by General Electrics in 1980s during the era of Jack Welch, now who was very infamous for cutting down the GE workforce regularly by firing low performances. Now here what happens is, when he started with this kind of a method for performance appraisal, say there were like 600 employees. Every year he used to actually take at least 70 to 80 employees through this particular method. Now whoever is really doing good, they will actually get more benefit, because that is what he used to think. That is the reason many of the people, they used to fall into what? The excellent and good categories. Next one we have is forced choice method. Now this is a method, now another method which is designed to reduce bias and establish objective standards of comparison between individuals. Now here in the forced distribution, what used to happen? Now what exactly it does is the choice here. Now in this method, the rating elements are several descriptive systems or the statements. So here they had several descriptive, how the standard should be. They would have actually given, say, from 1 to 10. Now in 1 to 10 it is, right? 1 to 10. Now in the forced distribution method, what it does? That is, everybody should perform well. If you will not perform well, you will be fired. If you perform well, you will get more incentives. But here what used to happen is, who will rate this? Somebody else would rate them for 10. The rater, and there is a person who is a rater, is forced to choose among these statements. Only these statements were supposed to be taken into consideration, and only on that basis the rater will go with a choice. That is why it is called the forced choice method. Now here what happens, leaving no grounds to mark his own. That means however the rater feels, he cannot judge a person. It should be whatever the descriptive standard is set, only according to that the rater need to go with it. This is one of the other methodology. Next one we have is checklist system. Now checklist system is very easy actually, and many of the companies, they use this. But what exactly happens is, for a smaller company, this checklist is very suitable, not for the big organization. Here in checklist, what happens is, the employer will be there who will actually assign a person called a rater. Now there will be a person called rater who will rate. Now the rater will ask the employee the questions. Employees the questions. Now the employees need to answer by saying yes or no. Now the employees cannot say that I will not answer this question. It is only yes or no. According to those answers, the rater will go with a checklist. Now that what exactly a checklist is, that is, the rater will prepare a questionnaires where the employees will actually start answering with yes or no. On that basis, we go with the performance appraisal method. Now under this method, a checklist is prepared in the form of a series of questions concerning to the employee and his behavior. Now rater reads the question before the concerned employee, and the employees will answer with yes or no. Here rater does not evaluate employee performance. He will not evaluate what exactly it is. He will only give it to the employers that these are the questions which I have asked, these are the answers which the employees has given us. Now it is not for a big organization, it is for a smaller organization. Now he merely reports the final rating, and it is made by the personnel department. So he will give it to whom? The personnel department. Now the personnel department will evaluate, and then they will go for performance appraisal. So these are the techniques which we have understood in this session. In the next session, I'm going to teach you the remaining traditional methods. So stay tuned, and any doubt you have regarding this one, please do call us. We're always there to help you. Thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.